Okay. All right. So it's saying we live. So all right. We had to move the talk here.
Yeah. Because Instagram, well, your phone died, so.
Phone died. Okay. Due to my phone dying, we had to move from Instagram to here. Okay. But we was having a good conversation.
Yeah, it was flowing nicely.
All right.
Wow.
So this is the only thing I don't like. I can't see my comments or if anybody's coming into the room.
Oh, it doesn't show if people are coming in the room?
um no, it's not showing me people coming into the room.
Oh.
But hold on. I'm about to do a little trick and I'm about to log into my own channel.
And see what's going on. My allergies are starting to act up.
Yo, these we getting old. We are getting old. Oh no, I'm starting to see people. Okay, hey everybody. Hey.
Oh, you see people? Hi, everybody.
this is my little crew that be coming in when I be doing my free readings.
Oh.
But yeah, so I wanted to we had to take the conversation over here because me and my friend we wanted to get out about our story and our spiritual journey and some of the challenges we faced and maybe give some advice to those who are just starting on their spiritual journey. And we really just wanted to talk about that and discuss that. So to rephrase what we were talking about on Instagram, um, I come from a background of Baptist church, and then she comes from a background of Pentecostal. And we were describing how we like got away from that faith and went down on our spiritual journeys. And we were talking about how our spiritual journey started. Mine was with, the frustration of church and then coming into um across the book conversations with God and that changing my life and changing how I see God. And then your spiritual journey was, having those life issues and then seeing like how a church wasn't really making sense.
Right, right. Wasn't making sense. And just asking questions, going down through that journey on my own.
Yeah. And then I think the place we stopped was what was our obstacle, our greatest obstacle or greatest thing that we had learned that was that how we overcome it. And mine's was the whole self-worth thing, learning how to um respect myself and things like that. And then what was yours again? I forgot.
Um, about the hero complex thing, like, yeah, overcoming that. I think that was the question for that one.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, wait, hold on, let me go back to the questions. Yeah, it was like have there been any significant challenges or obstacles you faced along your spiritual path and how did
Yeah,
you overcome them?
yeah, that definitely was that one.
Yeah, like wanting to save everybody and all that stuff. And in that conversation we were saying like how everybody who's on a spiritual journey at first always have that complex of wanting to save everybody, wanting to save the world, wanting to reach out, preach to people or whatever.
Right,
And you just have to realize like you just can't do that and you have to let people live their lives, and if they're really seeking for that information, just let them come to you.
right. Yeah, that's exactly where we had left off.
Yeah, so yeah, I think we left off on that, and then I think I was in the middle of saying my experiences with the bank and what it was trying to teach me, how to just leave and respect myself and respect pretty much not putting myself in situations where I can become abused.
Right. Where you're like an easy target.
Right. So, what was our next question? You want to go on to the next question, or should we still rephrase a little bit?
We can move on to the next question.
The next question was, have you encountered any moments of skepticism or doubt along your spiritual journey?
Oh,
And how did you navigate it?
oh yes. Like when I started having like a lot of revelations about a lot of things, that I started questioning myself if the downloads that I was receiving, if it was legit. You
Mhm.
know, like I'm like, where's this information coming from? Oh my God, is there, are there like demons talking to me or something? You know, so I was like, but hold up, I'm like, if there's demons talking to me, they're telling me some good stuff. So I was like, I have to disassociate the fact that if something is not what I've been conditioned to believe, like in the Christian faith, that is evil. So I was like, this is not evil. Whatever I'm feeling, this download, these messages, this guidance for me, I can't doubt it. This is legit. This is great information. I'm applying it to my life. I see how my life is changing. So I was able to navigate through it by realizing that, first of all, the information that I'm getting or the way that I'm feeling is not bad. Like I'm comfortable where I'm feeling, and I don't feel like I'm doing something bad. So that's how I was able to navigate through it, to understand that I'm safe within myself and within my journey.
I would say for me, the doubts would come in is like when I would hit like a really tough spot, or like something bad, or like really bad would happen to me, or like I want to say I don't know, something would trigger it to where, I start thinking about, you can't say this on YouTube, but unaliving myself, right?
All
Um,
right.
uh, but yeah, when I would go down that spiral of that's when I would get my doubts. I'd be like, okay, so you told me to do all this stuff. It didn't turn out the outcome that I thought it was going to turn out, or the way you said it was going to turn out. So what's the truth? Why am I believing in you? You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
I used to, like, question my guides and stuff a lot. And you know what? My guys don't play with me. They be so hard. They be like, okay, so you done with your pity party now?
Right.
I'd be like,
How long are you going to be here?
and then they have to remind me too, like, okay, everything in life shouldn't be taken so seriously, because this life is not real. Like, like it's not real. It's just it's a game. It's set up for you to experience these certain human emotions.
Right.
Well, that's all it is. Like, don't stop taking this so seriously, like it's life or death.
Exactly. It's either life or death.
Yeah, and so it forces me to kind of take a step back and like look at myself and look at my situation. Like, okay, yeah, I am taking this just a little bit too drastic. Let me calm down. Probably things are going to work out, and most times they do.
They really do.
They work itself out, and then you see better days. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
it's so easy, especially with depression, because depression really makes you have like these compulsive, obsessive thoughts where you just think the same thing all the time, over and over and over, and you can't get yourself out of that trap
Mm.
sometimes. And you get swept into it, and then you start having those dark thoughts because you just took life too seriously.
Right.
But yeah, like things like that, that's when I would have my doubts and stuff. And then I got to a point to where I just realized, okay, this is just a phase. No need to have, no need to freak out. It's gonna all work itself out. Let me just calm down.
Right. Like it always works itself out. Let's just allow it to be.
It
Like
is.
let go of the expectations.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It always works itself out. But yeah, that's when I used to really have my skepticisms about it, is when something would just happen bad, or the way I didn't want it to happen. And
Mm.
it sets off and it triggers me to go into that whole spiral.
Right. I mean, I could see how that could make you doubt, like, well, wait, because being in this new way of being, I'm expecting everything to flow and come to
Yeah.
me, and that is for me happening for me. So what is this about?
Yeah, like why am I hitting all these rough pastures? Why is this bad thing happening to me or whatever? Because that's the whole reason why I got into spirituality, so my life could flow and be more brighter and happier and all that stuff, without thinking, okay, the learning never ends.
Never.
The learning never ends. Is always going to be a point where something bad is going to happen to challenge you to apply what you've learned, what you've read to that thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean, oh, we just throw in the whole thing and then just, spiral out of control. Nothing's working. No, it's time to apply what you learned.
Exactly. Like, it's go time now. Like, okay, this is
Yeah.
what you really made of now.
Yeah. What have you really learned? It's time to apply what you've really learned.
Exactly.
And it does not stop through life. And like, I had to like rearrange the way I thought about spirituality and the spiritual path. Like, instead of thinking everything is going to be rainbows and sunshine all day, instead of just thinking, okay, actually, spirituality is tools to get me through these challenges and through these hard times, and be calm about it and just handle it and not go down a whole spiral.
Right. That's definitely tools for guidance.
Mm-hmm. It's tools to get you through the difficult stuff and not just stay there,
Exactly.
because like a lot of people don't have the tools and they're just staying in this difficult situation and not knowing how to get themselves out of. And yeah, and I think too, where people kind of go wrong too is getting into spirituality and thinking, oh, this is going to save me. Like, no, you got to save yourself. This is tools to help you save yourself.
Right. It really is. It's like you have to understand that this is a journey to self, and that's your first tool, is going within yourself, and then everything else that you need to continue your journey is going to be given to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the next question is can you share a particularly transformative or enlightening experience you had during your spiritual journey?
You want to go first?
I think I had already said mine, but I think I'm going to just say it again. Like I said, when I was working in the bank, listening to that teacher, or I should say doctor, Gable, or I think it's Goebel, and him, because he's a doctor that specializes in tracing back trauma to your childhood and how you heal from it. So, right, I was going through the job, a bad job, my banking job, where I was trying to please everybody and work hard to get accepted and do all of these things. And basically, he kind of shifted my perspective to saying this dates back all the way to your childhood when you were neglected or rejected by your parents.
Mm-hmm.
And you seen the world as you're going to have to fight to prove that you are worthy of someone's love. And you're going to have to fight to prove that you are worthy of being accepted by the world. So once he said that, in that perspective, it put on a light bulb in my head. And then I was like, oh, so this is what I'm doing. And I keep on having this pattern because I'm always fighting for people to get to like me. I'm always fighting for to be kind to people who are just abusive against me and mean and nasty towards me. But I'm keep on fighting for their approval. Maybe if I'm nice enough, they'll like me. Maybe if I do this and this, then they'll finally see I'm a good person and I'm not this evil person they're trying to make me out to be. And once he said that light bulb came on, I just took a step back and I just started handling things differently, and it really gave me the courage to like leave that job.
Right. That is really good, because for me, mine was I feel like mine was it's definitely different, because I was like by myself in my apartment, and I was just trying to like, figure out why certain things was happening in my life the way that was happening. Like I felt like why, like all of the men in my life like are leaving, not so much leaving me, but like why I couldn't find value within like the men that I was in relationship with, like like with my ex husband and stuff like that, like what was going on with my dynamic in relationship and stuff. And I needed to go back and heal like a daddy wound for me, because it's like you looking for that love, that fatherly love,
Yeah.
and you're looking for like that male. And every time you have an issue with like a male in a relationship, and there is a separation or something, you feel like this abandonment again from your dad. So for me, I had to like go in deep and feel like that heartbreak for that whole situation, and heal it in the form of like just tears falling off my, just crying and crying and crying it out, because I'm feeling the pain all over again. And for me, that was that moment where it's like, now I could give myself the love that I want to feel, so I don't have to depend on it from another guy. Like I healed the fact and I accepted the fact that my dad was not there. I didn't get the daddy love that I wanted. So in no sense of allowing that to hold me hostage anymore, I needed to release it. And then I started giving myself the love that I always wanted to feel from
Mhm.
that, which is just love in general.
Yeah.
But just started pouring back into myself, like learning how to really love myself in spite. And that for me was kind of like the moment where it's like, okay, here I am. I have arrived now. Like I could move on through life on my own without needing to be in a relationship to feel loved.
I have another light bulb moment while you was talking. It just came to me. Okay, so I used to have anger issues because I used to be very sensitive to the way people would talk to me, right? So I was listening to Mike Tyson, right? Somehow I stumbled across his podcast. And he had this dude on there, and this dude was like saying, "Oh, I cut off people. I don't be trying to have them in my life like that. Once they cross me, I'm that's it. You nothing for me. This, that, and the other, right?"
Hmm.
Then Mike Tyson said, "Oh, so they're your master now." And the guy was like, "What? They're my master?" He said, "Yeah. If a person can influence the way you move, the way you feel, then they're your master. You got a master now." And like that turned on the light bulb moment, like, dang.
Right.
Like, yeah, I'm really giving these people all of this power
Over you.
over me to influence how I feel and how I react to them.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? I never realized that was a personal power.
That's only for you.
Yeah, that I could control. That
Exactly.
was for me. I didn't realize that was an actual personal power that I had, and I kept giving that away to people. Because once you mean to me, I'm like, like, you know what? Okay, fine then. We could go at it. We could attack each other. That's fine.
Right.
But like after he put it like that, like it really changed the way like I even looked at, coworkers that was being mean to me and this and that. I wasn't taking things so personally anymore because I was just like, you know what? No, you're not my master and I'm not going to answer to you.
Exactly.
And that's how it was with my last boss before, I had left that banking job. Yeah. Like she tried to do like little underhanded things for me to like lash out and whatever. And I would never give her that. And she couldn't stand it. So she would try to do even more things.
Try to provoke you.
Yeah. Yeah. Try to provoke me. And I just sit there like, yeah, everything's great. Nothing's wrong.
Like, okay, fine, sure. Like, I'm
And
not going to get the satisfaction.
she couldn't stand it. And then, but yeah, and then after that, I just, pretty much got the strength to just leave the whole company behind. But yeah,
Or you say like you throw away the whole company.
I just threw away the whole company. I said, it's just not for me. It's just not going to work here.
Right. Like this is not a good alignment right here between.
No, it's not. I just need to move on. I need peace. This is just took too much of my time, too much of my attention. I just got to go.
And too much of your energy too.
Way too much of my energy.
Mm-hmm.
Man, but yeah, that was like another light bulb like moment for me too. Was that from Mike Tyson of all people?
Right. He don't turn into a motivational speaker now.
He really has. Like I was like going across his other like podcasts and stuff, and like yeah, he's like a whole spiritual guru now. I'm like.
Yeah. He had his moment too.
Yeah, I'm like, Mike, is this you?
Right? Mike done took his journey, done found some things out.
Man, Mike be preaching on that podcast. I'd be like, okay, Mike. All right. So for the next question, we got like 2 more after this one. Are there specific teachings, philosophies, or religious traditions that have influenced your spiritual growth?
Stoic philosophy.
Okay.
I love Stoic philosophy because it is timeless teaching. It really is. It's teaching that you can take with you in every phase of life if you decide to apply it. But what I learned about Stoic philosophy is that it's not for everybody. Not a lot of people will be able to really grasp the understanding of the Stoic philosophy. Like you really have to be in this like level of awareness about yourself to kind of like really understand how it really does apply to you. Because there's a lot of discipline about stuff, as simple stuff like just being quiet. You don't always have to respond back to somebody. You don't always have to defend yourself. And sometimes people are still in that mindset where, oh no, you're gonna tell somebody off and somebody better not disrespect you and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
What I understood is that the Stoic philosophy was really like teaching for a certain group of people that had a certain level of understanding. And that kind of like is something that I use right now for my spiritual journey.
Me, I have a whole bunch of like I want to say a whole bunch of grab bag of spiritual teachers. I have a whole bunch of different spiritual teachers that I like grab and pull stuff from.
Yeah.
But mostly the Buddhism thing like really helped me out a lot. Like their philosophies, their teaching, cultivating that inner peace, like training yourself for inner peace through meditation.
Yeah.
I took a lot of things from Buddhist monks, to like quiet my mind and just get me calm and like, because that really helps my anxiety. Because remember I was saying like I struggled with that a lot before I even got into spirituality. And just if I could just calm that down and just, be at peace, then I'm fine. But I took that from, Buddhism and a lot of other things like philosophies and stuff, just from different teachers from like I said, the Dr. Goebel person who does the childhood trauma.
Yeah.
Then I listened to Aaron Aboki. He's a great teacher. Like he can break down spirituality like no other. He can break down a lot of principles and make you like really see it in a very sensible way. Like especially the way he broke down anger, like that really, like he was breaking down anger in a way to where it was like you're angry because you expected somebody to do something for you and they didn't do it. So you came in with that expectation, like they got to do it. So they didn't meet the expectation. Now you're mad and you want to cause hell. but yeah, he just break down all kinds of stuff. He even break down spiritual concepts and stuff. He's a really great teacher. I think he has his own thing too. And then like I follow, the guy Billy Carson. He has a lot of great things. Like he's a really good motivational speaker too. And yeah, just pick from different teachers and stuff, all over the place, and just connect the dots, what works for me. And that's what I said for a lot of people on spiritual journeys, like just do what you resonate with, do what works for you.
Exactly.
That's the thing about spirituality that I like. It's not a uniformed thing like how religion is. No, you have to go through this same experience I went through. You have to do this just like I did it. And you had no, it's a whole, it works to who you uniquely are.
Yep.
Whatever resonates for you, whatever you can understand within your understanding, you need to go for that. That's you. You don't have to have the same spiritual path or listen to the same people that I do. Do what resonates and works for you, whatever brings you peace.
Pretty much. It's like follow your soul as your soul is seeking to be free from all of this indoctrination. Just follow your soul, see what fits, what feels good to you, what teaching resonates with you, what teaching like feeds your soul.
Yeah.
Because I think the motivational speaker that I was listening to obsessively was Jim Rohn. Yeah, Jim Rohn, I think that's how his name is. And he, he really fed into my soul just basic principle about business and just what how work ethic, just different little things like that really just for some reason fed my soul, because I feel like it was helping me build character within myself, like build up the courage to stand on my own and to be my own person, especially for someone who never lived on her own, like from age 18, like got married so young because of so we will go into that later. And then after that marriage didn't work out, get married again because I'm pregnant. It's that. So when it was time for me to start transitioning into being on my own, he was one of the motivational speakers that I felt helped build that character in me to be, bold enough to take that step.
Yeah. Yeah. Like there's so many good spiritual teachers out there that you can pull from and learn from. And so many just good books too that you can really read and learn from. Because my teachings first came from just books, from reading. Because when I came into the spiritual journey, this wasn't popularized. They didn't have spiritual podcasts when I first came in. It wasn't even mentioned. It wasn't popular. Nothing. People would think that you were like crazy.
Oh yeah.
Like even talking about this stuff. Like the only thing I had really was books. Like that was the only thing that I guess spirituality could live in or live through, was just the books.
Right.
So that like that's all I was having and getting recommended. And then I would say, I don't know, over the course of 4 or 5 years, that's when the spiritual community really started ramping up and really started coming into what it is now, to where everybody has a podcast, everybody want to speak, everybody want to come out. But before then, no, I didn't have any of that stuff. I literally only had my books.
Right. Now everything is like almost oversaturated with a whole bunch of information.
Oh my God. Like it's everywhere now. But I do like it because, if I'm going through a problem, bam, I could just turn on the teacher that really I resonate with, and that can help me through without having to like go through chapters of a book and go through the pages.
Trying to figure out where is that quote, where's that paragraph to help me out.
Yeah.
Now it's as easy as being able to tune into like a YouTube channel and finding like, the teacher, the guide, the video, and then it has everything that you need, all of the answers sometimes that you're asking yourself. It's like, oh, okay. Because it's really good to know that other people are on the same path and other people have had those same questions that you have had.
And then it's also a testament to how the world is changing.
Yeah,
They're starting to realize, like, okay, the way we've been doing things is not working. I'm not happy with it. So let me go find me another way. And it seems like this way works. So let me, go with it.
exactly.
But but yeah, it's just like a testament to like how the world's changing, how the shift is really happening before our eyes.
People can't deny it. Like, I know a lot of people may not know what's happening, so they kind of like freaking out. But they know that something is happening. There's a transition happening.
Yeah. Yeah, they are freaking out, but they don't understand like this is the byproduct of why it's happening.
Right.
Because it's disrupting all of this dark stuff that we've been living through and is bringing it to the light. And it don't look pretty. It's ugly.
Oh yeah.
It's scary, but
It's
that's what happens when stuff shift and change and trying to go to a higher, more elevated place. You got to deal with the dark stuff that is there.
oh yeah. It's part of the process.
Yeah, because like now, I don't know, 2024 is like, oh boy, the truths, all the truths coming to the light, all the dirt is coming up, and it is ugly.
Is a purge is happening like that. I feel like people that want to call themselves being friends with people that are into spirituality, they better like really understand that we're going to challenge, we're going to say things that may trigger you and send you back to yourself. Everything has to come out to the light. If not, you're going to just have to really stay where you are. But this is that year of things like that happening. It's like it's either you're transitioning with it or you're just stuck in your own mindset.
Yeah, and if you just stuck in your own mindset, then you're just gonna get left behind because everybody wants to move forward to a much more elevated place. But before you can move forward to it, it's going to be some resistance to it. It's going to be some struggle to it, and that's what we're in the midst of everything being a resistance and a struggle and chaos and a fight because dark forces been ruling over this for so long.
Oh my gosh, so long.
For so long, and they don't want to give up their power easily. So they're going to push back in whatever crazy way that they can. And that's basically what you're witnessing like right now and going through right now. But people are just like taking it to the extreme and going off the deep end about it. Like with the whole eclipse thing. Oh, the world going to end.
Right.
Girl, it's not that extreme.
But like I told you, a lot of people saw the eclipse for the very first time. The last time it happened, I'm like, guys, we've been having eclipse for a while now. What do you mean?
They got fake spiritual gurus telling people that the world is gonna end and the dark evil forces is gonna take over and I'm just like, y'all are this is not what it is supposed to be. Like y'all are going off the deep end.
You are doing too much, the absolute most
of what this is supposed to be. Like this ain't how you supposed to see it.
Yeah, like why would you want, like why your thought process is absolute darkness, like the world is going to end and this darkness is going to fall, like why is that your thought process?
But that's what boggles my mind. How are you going to be a spiritual teacher and a guru and everything and only focus on the darkness when your whole practice was to focus on the light?
Exactly. So it's like almost like false teaching. Like what?
And then I feel bad because some people really can't differentiate from the light and the dark and the good and the bad. They can't differentiate from that. So they're easy to fall into, the doom and the gloom that this guru is saying.
Right. That's because they don't know themselves. They don't know how to think for themselves, and because they feel the need to always have to listen to everybody else for directions,
which were trained and programmed by religion to do.
Exactly.
And then we take it into spirituality.
That's basically what it is. So it's like you have to deconstruct your mindset when living Christianity and coming into spirituality, and then you have to be aware not to bring those old practices and those old, like practices or rituals into the spirituality, because then you're pretty much creating like a whole nother religion in itself.
Pretty much, you're pretty much creating a religion that like you're saying you're trying to get away from.
Right. But you're bringing it into, it's like, no, you have to really let go of expectation, allow it to be. Mm.
All right. So the next question was, how do you integrate your spiritual beliefs or practices into your daily life? You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Like I said, I do the meditation stuff. I do the meditation stuff a lot. But I also do the chakra cleansing to try to help me stay in balance. And believe it or not, it really helps with my anxiety, because like as soon as I get anxiety, I know my chakras are out of balance. So I kind of listen to myself that way. Like I did the whole manifestation thing with the cups, but then I have other methods of manifestation. I always put that into my daily life practices of how I want to manipulate certain outcomes.
Right.
But yeah, that's a couple of my practices. I don't go too much off the deep end.
Yeah. It'd be more than that. Then it's like you really can say like we want to say it. But
I just do what works for me. Like some people, they need a whole ritual where it's like, they got to do an hour of this, and then they got to go over that, and then play the crystal bowls, and then they got to go over here, do the sage thing and all. Like I do the sage thing, but just like maybe I'll do the sage thing if I feel like, okay, my energy right now is too cluttered or too whatever, and I just need to cleanse it. And then I get that feeling, okay, I cleanse it. That's it. I don't do it every single day. Like I do what works for me, and I just pull from those kind of practices that has been working for me. Now for other people that might look like something different, like for you, I'm sure you do different practices and daily exercises.
Yeah, I do. I like breath work a lot because that's what helped me with my anxiety.
Yeah, I haven't got a chance to get into breath work.
Yeah, I love it. I love it because it really like brings all the concentration of your breath. You have to be aware of, the inhale and exhale, and it really relaxes your body to the point where you could feel the anxiety leaving your body. So I like doing that. Definitely meditation, like intense, deep meditation. I like dabbing into the African side of spirituality. So like dancing to me is more than just dancing and moving around. Like I dance with intention. And sometimes my way of giving thanks for health, for the children, for work, for being able to pay bills is in dancing. This is how I give thanks. So I go into this like, I probably put on like an Afrobeat song or something and get into like the dancing. And that's my way of just being so grateful for like what I have. Instead of like getting on my knees and be like, oh, thank you, God, for what I have. I dance to show my gratitude for what I already have. So that's like part of my one of my practices amongst like a whole bunch of other stuff too. Like I do it throughout the day, I'm not programmed where like, okay, at 6 o'clock I gotta go meditate. Okay, at 10 o'clock I gotta go do this.
Yeah, I'm not programmed either for that neither.
Right. So as I'm going through the day, like if even on my lunch break, I could be like, I'm gonna take 10 minutes, I'm about to meditate. Or I will put on music on my 5-minute break and dance, and you know what I'm saying? Or if it's the opposite, if I'm having like a moment where I need to cry because for some reason I have an emotion stuck somewhere in my body and I just feel this overwhelming sense of crying, then I have myself a good cry and I don't stress about why am I crying? Like, oh my God, why am I crying? I'm just be like, something is trapped in me that needs to be released. And I'm just going to cry for no reason and then feel better. That's not a practice. That's something that just sometimes happens.
I mean, like sometimes that happens to me during the day when I'm listening to like a teacher or whatever, and like they hit on something, and then I'm just like, oh my God.
I know.
Got me out here crying. I'm trying to do work.
Just very boo boo crying, just boo crying, like snort coming out my mouth.
I know, just having a whole breakdown during
Yeah.
work. Like, what is wrong with you?
Need. Sometimes it's like an answer, a question that you had for so long, and then you get like that answer with that speech or that something, and it just makes sense. Everything just comes together,
Yeah,
and you have that good cry.
man. But yeah. No, I don't get too obsessive with the practices. I just,
What works?
I just do whatever work. If I know something ain't feeling right or I'm feeling stuck or whatever, then I just do my practice. But yeah, no, I haven't did the breath work in a minute.
It helps with anxiety. And it quiets my mind. Like I feel like my mind was very busy yesterday. That's why when you was like, okay, you're finishing up what you was doing, I'm like, let me take a nap. But my mind was I had so much stuff. And when I did breath work, it did help calm my mind down like a whole lot.
Okay, so for the next question, this is our last question. Looking back on your journey so far, what lessons or insights have you gained that you find the most valuable or meaningful?
The most valuable lesson I will have to say was the loving myself, the learning how to love myself. That for me was, I feel like, my big moment of learning how to stand strong. Like I feel like that just opened up the doors for everything else that was happening in the rest of my life. Like it affected every other aspect of my life, my relationship, my romantic relationship, my relationship with my children, my relationship with how I do friendship, how I deal with my family. Just loving myself helped me navigate through all of those other relationships in a more healthy way. And that was like my most valuable lesson, just learning how to love myself.
Oh Lord, what is my valuable? I got so many valuable lessons.
That's the most important one right now.
I think my most valuable lesson was just learning how to fight for being myself, just being who I am and accepting who I am, and not try to mold myself to be what other people want me to be.
Right.
Because I found that when I did that, I would put myself in situations just like that, patterns where I set myself up to be abused by other people. I set myself up to be used by other people, or I set myself up to face people that are not so kind to me. Because I cannot accept within myself that, you know what, I'm okay as me and going my own way. And again, like I said, it just stems from being rejected. And that's also another lesson that I've learned quite recently, actually, is that rejection is really your protection.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can't tell you how many people have told me, oh, you should be a model. You should be an actress. You should be this. You're so pretty, right? Now in 2024, it's coming out with all of that garbage where women got to sell their souls and sell their bodies and just to get ahead, and got to sleep with people just to get ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Or they're getting sexually assaulted by these higher up people and can't say nothing.
A mess.
And to shut them up, they're giving them roles and positions and stuff, and then how human trafficking just got so much more worse. And I'm looking at this like, I'm so happy that I got rejected by casting calls and all these modeling agencies. Yeah, every time I would try to go to a modeling agency or casting call, they'd be like, oh, you're not it. You're not in season. You're not this. You're not that.
Wow. And
at first I'd think like, okay, well, I guess I'm just not pretty enough or I'm not good enough. So let me just fall back and just live with the regular crowd and whatever. It is just what it is.
Regular smugglers.
Yeah, it is what it is. But man, the whole time I wasn't even thinking or even noticing like how God was really protecting me.
Right.
He was protecting me from that evilness. And like every time I hear like, the stories of how, female artists are getting r'd by these producers, the singers by the producers or record execs or this, that, and the other, and all kind of dark stuff that's taking place that's coming to the light right now.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I just be just thanking, God, my angels, everybody for just blocking that path for me. Cause it would never work out for me, girl. Never. And people be like, I can't believe they said no to you. Like, you're pretty, you're this, and it just would never work out.
Not at all. That was your protection.
That was my protection. But yeah, like a lot of that too. Like even the people who were mean to me and unkind to me, right? That was a protection too. They're not good people. Like what am I doing all this stuff to impress them for? They're not good people.
It's like doing all of that stuff to impress people that are not even good. Like, no.
They don't even have kind souls, kind hearts, nothing.
Right. And I'm going above and beyond. Like, no.
Above and beyond to prove myself to who? You? Really?
The stuff that we go through and we don't know who we are.
I know. Yeah. I just, it was a lot of me just fighting to just, hey, it's okay. Just be yourself, do your thing and go your own way. And you don't have to grovel to people to like you.
Exactly. Because it really doesn't matter if they like you or not. Who are there? Like, do you like you? As long as you like you, because you got to live with you.
Exactly.
So you got to like you more than anybody else like you.
And you gotta take care of yourself and cherish yourself more than you would another person.
Exactly. You have to live with you. So you have to be able to be the first person you're in love with should be you.
Yeah. Yeah, but a lot of people are not in that space and they spend so much time running away from themselves and not really facing themselves and dealing with even just the darker parts of themselves that is ugly and shameful, and you don't want to look at that. But as soon as you look at those parts and deal with it, you would have so much healing and clarity, and your life can go so much more easier.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because people that the number one reason I feel like the reason why people don't really want to go into their dark side is like a lot of people are not strong enough to admit that they have those really dark negative qualities about them. It's like they don't want to see themselves in that light. And that's why I'm like, what make you think that you can be human but not have that aspect of you also show up? It's like up in all of us. All of us have some sort of negative dark side about us that we have to face and work on somehow, whether it be like the jealousy or the envious or the resentment or the anger or whatever it is. We all have it. Don't walk around like you're perfect, like you want society to see, okay, well, yeah, we're all not perfect, here's my little bit of issues and this is how flawed I am. No, show it really how flawed you really are and work on those deep flaws. It's okay.
Yeah. I think that's like why the spiritual community came up with this whole concept of the shadow side and the shadow work, is because, that's basically what you're doing. You're facing your dark side, and you're trying to heal it, or you're making friends with it. You're just accepting, okay, this is a part of me. This is what I have.
Right.
And this, I could either try to just compromise with it, or I could just try to heal as much as I can, or just accept that it's there and know like how to just
manage it
and taper it off a little bit or whatever. Yeah. But it's funny you mention that, because like that bank job really made me have to like face my dark side and become friends with it. Cause let me tell you, girl, boy, that revenge in me was strong. I was like, I'm gonna get everybody in here.
And you have to acknowledge it. You have to be like, yeah, I got revenge in me. Like, I want revenge.
And not only that, what I hated and found baffling about myself was too, I enjoyed when they would be miserable. Like, I enjoyed when bad stuff would happen to them. Like, I honestly, and I was just thinking, like, something is not right. Like, I should not be enjoying this much. Like, this is not good to just enjoy people's misery. Like, what am I becoming?
Right. Like, what am I turning into?
Like, what? Like, I don't think I want this part of myself.
And it's like, that's the part where people trying to like run away from. It's like,
Yeah.
what felt like that, but you did. So now explore it, see where it came from, like really sit with it, sit with the fact that you wanted revenge. And know that it showed up in your energy. So manage it.
Yeah, so I had to like just face it and be like, okay, so I know this is in me. Do I want to express this all the time? No, I don't. So let me put that to the side or integrate it some way into my light. And like to this day, I'm like, I'm a neutral Jedi. Because there's some things in the dark I do like. And then there's some things of the light that I do like. So I'm just in the middle. I'm gray.
I mean, and the revenge part of things, sometimes, people do dirty thing to us where you'll be like, that was really dirty of you to do, especially if I haven't come across like that. And I know like the revenge, like you wanted revenge, it's like you don't necessarily have to set a trap for them. But if you know that your intentions was pure with them and you was very authentic with them, you go in your time of prayer and meditation, you can let it know that whatever karma comes to this person because of what they did to me, they deserve it, and if it happens because of what they did to me, then so be it. And let that fall where it's supposed to fall, because you're coming from a good place. Like, and I feel like we have a right to defend ourselves even in the spiritual realm.
Yeah.
Even in our spirituality, I feel like we have a right to say that, well, I don't like that they did this to me, and normally I would have probably went and bust the windows out their car, but go ahead and take care of that for me out there. It's already in the universe. I was good to this person, that was bad to me. Y'all go ahead and handle that how y'all want to handle that.
Girl, look.
And let that be that.
Man, the way I was feeling, boy, look, I was gonna slash tires. I was gonna
which was just gonna end up in jail. So
in
it's
the parking lot by their hair, girl. Ooh, they had brought me there. They had brought me to that place.
Right, you was
like,
ready to fight.
And anything bad that would happen to them, or like if we in a meeting and like a manager be mean to them or whatever, I would just love it. I would just stew in it, like yes.
And you didn't even have to do anything about it. Like, you get to enjoy it still, but you didn't cause it. Like, you did not set up the.
So some of the things I did cause. I did say, yeah. Yeah, some of the stuff I did set in motion because like I said, I was like,
you was out for it.
War.
Yeah, you're a warrior. I'm the opposite. I'm the one that will say that silent prayer, like, okay. And I love to express the intentions of my heart. And if I express it and like I have this, I bring out the pureness of it. I just let like, okay, I'm bringing out the pureness of my heart and how I was with this person, and look at how they did me. Whatever karma comes to them is whatever karma will come to them for that. And it's like, I just let the universe handle it. Like, and
it started out with me. It started like that with me. You know what? I'm spiritual. I'm just gonna let I'm gonna let karma handle them. I'm gonna let God handle them, whatever. And then it wouldn't stop. Kept getting worse. Getting worse. They kept doing sneaky shit. Kept doing little things to set me up during meetings, private meetings. Kept doing, and I'm like, okay, so all right, warrior spirit activated. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't stop. After I try all the techniques, try to do this, try to do that, and I'm like, all right, then okay, fine.
Yeah. Now you gotta.
I'm gonna have some kind of power. I'm gonna take back my power some kind of way, because that was that too. Like most of the times I felt powerless too, because
Mhm.
they're the higher ups, because this was like literally my supervisor bullying me. And that power dynamic, you can't really lash out and do what and say what you really want to say.
Right.
And at the time I didn't know how to say what I needed to say or come across like I'm not playing with you without yelling and getting hyper and getting like, you know, yeah.
Right.
I didn't know how to do all of that. Like I came into that like the last months of me about to quit.
Mm.
Like I finally got it, like, oh, this is how you talk to people to get your point across. Before then it was like I'm just gonna tear up the whole place, like anger would consume me. But yeah, so since I knew I had that anger issue, I would just let them, do whatever, and I would just stay silent and try not to say nothing.
Mm.
And they took that as, oh, well, she ain't gonna do nothing. I can just go ahead and bully this girl. And I'm just like,
Right.
man, y'all don't know what it take. I gotta go out to my car at lunch
Exactly.
because
Like,
I'm about to burn this whole building down.
like y'all don't understand that I'm quiet because I'm scared for you guys. Not for
Thank
me.
you. I'm scared for you.
And they take that as weakness.
Yeah, they see that as a sign. Oh, well, she's not gonna do nothing. So, oh, let me just go bully her some more. And I'm like,
Right.
I'm like DMX, y'all about to make me lose my mind up in here. I literally had to leave the building, go take a car ride out on lunch and park like in an abandoned parking lot and get myself together
Wow.
to keep from going off.
Blowing up.
Because in my mind, I'm like, I'm not going to be that person no more. I'm going to prove to myself I'm not going to be this person where I'm always blowing up, because I've gotten fired off of jobs for doing that.
Mm.
So I was just like, I'm just gonna just stay with it, be a bigger person, be better, like prove to myself like I can do this, I can take it, da 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 da. And man, it just really took a toll. Like I did it on overkill.
Stop. I'm sorry.
She has her kids with her.
I'm sorry, guys. They was like knocking on the door. I can see the people that are alive. Like I don't know how many people are alive.
Yeah, I can't see it either. But yeah, that's pretty much my one meaningful insight was that, yeah, like stop trying to fight not to be yourself.
Right. Yeah. It's too exhausting trying to fit into everybody else's idea of what you should be. It's so much easier to just be you.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not a lot of people watching us right now.
Oh, hey everybody.
Yeah, I guess people got tired of us going off the deep end with stuff.
Sure. This
But
was fun.
yeah, it was fun. I think it was a good conversation. Hopefully people can go back to the live and
watch it again.
watch it and gain some insight and whatever. But before we leave, you got any parting words, anything you want people that's new to the spiritual journey to know?
Yes. As you're going through your spiritual journey, you have to make sure that you are strong enough to stand on what you're choosing to believe in is truth for you, because there's going to be a lot of people that's going to try to doubt you, and you have to be strong in who you are so that doesn't cause you to doubt yourself. And stick to your boundaries. Make sure that if your intuition is telling you that something is off about people, places, and things, that you do listen to it, at least explore it to see exactly what's going on. Do not ignore it. So, And there's a community of us out here. Don't ever feel like you are alone. That's it.
What I want to say is people who's just coming into the spiritual journey, get the basics down first before you hop and skip and jump to more advanced topics, right? So just get your basics down. Get into your basics is basically getting into the right alignment and the right knowing of who God really actually is. Because a lot of us come out of these religions thinking that God is some, magic daddy in the sky with a wand that's going to grant, all of your prayers and your wishes. And God does not operate like that. That's not who God is. So I feel like if you get the basis of transforming of which you think God is, and then how the world works and everything like that, then you can graduate to more subjects. Because I feel like just that one concepts open your mind up to so many different possibilities and ready to receive whatever knowledge comes your way, because you figured out that God isn't this one solid thing. It's a vast concept. It's something that's bigger than just this one male figure in the sky that's mysterious and you don't see him. But I just feel like if you could just get the basics down first of God, angels, spirit guides, and then move into stuff, because I know a lot of people who are first on the journey and they totally skip the God thing, and then they jump to reincarnation, quantum jumping.
Yeah.
The astral quantum jumping. I'm like, bruh, I ain't even at quantum jumping. What is you? I can't help you. I don't know all of that. I'm still trying to understand the basics over here.
Right.
But yeah, they be hopping and skipping and jumping, and I'm just like, okay, let's bring it back down to the basics. This is what's gonna help you understand energy, vibration, and the quantum stuff.
Right.
So that would be my advice. Just get your basics down. There's a lot to learn. You will learn it. Just give yourself some time, some patience to sit with each concept and really try to understand it before you hop, skip, jump all over the place and get yourself confused.
True. Good words.
Yeah, because Lord, they be coming to me. Yeah, so about the quantum.
Like, I'm not even there.
But yeah, I think if you just get the basics down and don't get yourself confused, you're okay. And then there's a lot of people who don't know where to start at all, and I direct them to that starting point. Get your concept of who God is down,
right?
And then all the rest of the stuff will follow through, and you can understand it, because there's so much information out there now.
It's saturated.
It is overly saturated to the point to where I'm kind of getting scared, because I'm like, now any fake person can get in and kind of infiltrate it and mix up the information,
right?
Mix up what the truth is, and I don't like that, because I feel like that's what happened with the Bible,
right?
So yeah. All right, so that's all we have. We're gonna wrap this thing up. Do you have any place where they can follow you, or you want to say anything you're doing?
No, I don't. You know what? I haven't really created a page specifically for spirituality, but you guys can follow me on IG, because I'm always posting or reposting like inspirational quotes or short messages from podcasts, or sometimes I'll be having my own little perspective on my story. So it's at Miss Beauty. Should I put it in the comment?
Yeah.
All right, let me put it in the comment,
because I don't know how to work this just yet, so I don't want to click around.
All right, so I put like what my username is or how you can find me on IG, and then you can follow me there.
Let me see.
No, my Alexa's on the phone.
All right. And then with me, you know, I'm probably going to take this video and put it on my spiritual corner YouTube channel. And you can see this interview there. And more topics like this on that channel, because this is usually my tarot card reading channel.
Right.
But this is the only channel that's going to let me stream live for an hour. But yeah. But yep, you can still follow me here. I do my free readings try to do it every Friday, or just, you know, subscribe and just, it'll notify you when I'm live to do the free readings. But I'm trying to put some more pick a card readings up, and that's it. And then I have an IG too. That's that's Awakening Tarot. Awakening Among Us Tarot Reader. You could go follow me on IG there too. I don't post that much, but I'm there. All right. So thank you everybody who did come and listen to us.
We'll see you guys later.
See you later. Everybody have a great week, and may love and light be with you all. Bye.